Let me throw a name out to you. And I remember hearing this name years ago. And I'm not going to go further back than this because there's a lot of names I'm going to cover in the recent history, right? A kid before Tamir Rice. There's an Andy Lopez. Now, for my brown folks, right? My Latinx, right? Andy Lopez. Hashtag Andy Lopez. Well, Andy Lopez was walking in a lot and was carrying a airsoft gun, fake gun, right? Got shot. Guess how old Andy was? I believe Andy was about 13 years old. This happened in South Los Angeles. Yeah. It happened in South Los Angeles. Okay. Now, I didn't hear very much about that name. There was no Black Lives Matter, and this is a brown life. So hopefully brown lives matter too. I think they do. Matter of fact, let's talk about that real quick. If I had a kid, I got a few kids, but if one of my kids was in trouble in my house is not settled. My house is not right. So if one of my kids is in trouble, one of my kids' life is in danger, then it doesn't matter that all my kids' lives are good because one kid's life is in danger. So I get that all lives matter, never against that. Not against Blue Lives Matter. I'm not against any of that stuff. But if you got a bunch of people like Black lives, if these lives don't matter, then that whole foundation falls apart. So I don't understand why people are so upset about it. Anyway, Andy got shot October 22nd, 2013. Okay? Now, this is a young prince. You understand? A young prince who has cousins, who has a mother and a father, who has a community, right? And you know what? There was some things that happened in Cali. Yeah, there was some things, but it didn't get a lot of national recognition. It did not. Now, understand something else. He was shot and there were no indictments whatsoever. However, the family or someone did secure a $3 million settlement. But Andy's life is worth way more than $3 million. There's no amount of money you can put on a young man's life that is 13 years old and the potential things that person will become, or forget the things that they will become, the generations that they will potentially have that come after them. You can't replace that. So before there was a Tamir Rice, there was an Andy Lopez. And I guarantee you there was many others before Andy Lopez. So if I just said that one, there's at least 9 others that we don't know about. Okay? That concerns me, right? That concerns me to see that young brother. I couldn't imagine being their parent. I couldn't imagine being Andy's parent. I couldn't imagine it. Okay? I couldn't imagine being Andy's friend, how that would shake me up. Okay? So, Andy Lopez is a name you should know because before Tamir Rice, there was an Andy Lopez. So, I bring that up because my brown folk, you get a lot of the same experiences that we do. You do. No question, right? What about that wall? What about this? What about that? You get a lot of those kind of problems. You may not have, they get on us, but if they ain't getting on us, they getting on you next. So it just is what it is. That's just the way it is, right? This is where we get into that other young man. We are still in 2014, people. 10 days later, Tamir Rice. This is in Ohio as well. Okay? Cleveland, Ohio. 12-year-old Prince here, right? Again, fake gun. I believe it was exactly a fake gun. Walking through the park. Shot that young man. Okay? Now, Tamir Rice, you've seen a lot of pictures when it came to Tamir Rice, right? You've seen a lot of pictures in association with him. Okay? Ton of pictures, right? You see those pictures, you see Tavon Martin, you just start seeing these things, right? And you started seeing a lot of faces. The faces of the individuals start to really pop up in terms of social media, which has brought a lot of visibility to these things, right? For Tamir Rice, I don't believe any charges were filed. I'm not sure if the family sued or anything like that. Probably all that information is publicly available. But hashtag Tamir Rice. Hashtag stop killing our future. Stop killing our future. So Tamir Rice, I feel for that family. Andy Lopez, Tamir Rice. For kids to die early, it's hard as a parent to have to go through that. Okay?